Hi, I'm DJ Indie-cisive, also known as Alexa. Hola mi gente latino. Ciao, la mia gente italiana. Okay, this is What's in My Bin. Thanks for joining me. I also host Red House Stereo here on KDVS. Alright, so let's see what's in my bin. Alright, we've got Operation Mindcrime by Queensryche. So a little story about this album. I played it for the first time on the airwaves the very first quarter of my show. And this is kind of when I decided to go more of the classic progressive metal rock theme for my show. I got a call from the person who actually donated this album, and they were like, well, this is the first time I've ever heard this on the radio or on KDVS. And I was like, oh, when did you donate it? And they were like, oh, I donated that like 20 years ago. I was like, that's crazy that you were listening to that at the same time that I put it on, and I felt very honored for that, so that's the reason I picked this one. I also love it, but yeah. I love the song I Don't Believe in Love.
She said she loved me, I guess I never knew, but do we ever really know? She said she needed.
Alright, this is El Silencio by Caifanes. Caifanes is a Latino rock band from Mexico, where I'm also from. I was born there. Anyway, alright, my favorite song on here is actually Miércoles de Ceniza, which also means Ash Wednesday. I don't know the correlation of that, but the reason I picked this one is because it got me through high school, and I love my Latino rock thanks to my dad. Shout out my dad. Alright, this is Donde Están los Ladrones by Shakira. My favorite song on this album is Inevitable, which also means inevitable. This was actually an album that my mom used to play a lot on our car rides to school, and this is the first time I even heard of Shakira. I did not know the Shakira most people know today, which is like, the more pop Shakira. I knew the rock Shakira, so it made me very happy when I found this at KDVS for the first time, and that's why I picked it, because I remember my surprise.
Si es cuestión de confesar, nunca duermo antes de 10, ni me baño los domingos.
Alright, next up I have The Innocents by Erasure. Erasure I actually discovered here at the station. I remember my second quarter. I was getting more into my 80s new wave, persona, because a lot of people were wearing like all of the 80s clothes, and I was like, wait, I need to listen to that music again. But my mom got me into that music. And anyway, let me tell you why I picked this. So my favorite song is A Little Respect, because I think everyone should respect each other, and I really appreciate that about the station is a lot of people are very welcoming and they respect each other.
Why you make me work so hard? That you keep me know, that you keep me know, that you keep me know, that you keep me know so.
Alright, so this is Welcome to My Nightmare by Alice Cooper, who is also a nightmare in many ways. But my favorite song on this is Steven, because it's very operatic. I love operatic rock music. The reason I picked this was because it reminded me of a very good laugh I had with my friend Naima Money, who was also a DJ at KDVS, and we hosted our show together. And this is a song I played when we first had our show, summer of 2023. But yeah, I just thought of her, so this is why I very much cherish this album.
We lived a minute of your life. I must be dreaming. Please stop screaming.
Okay, the style of this one is a little different. This is more progressive rock. This is Rick Wakeman, who is actually the keyboardist for Yes, and this is Six Wives of Henry VIII. because the man was crazy and had 6 wives. Some of which he actually killed. And my favorite song on this album is Catherine of Aragon. The reason I like this album is because there were many times during my DJ career where I didn't have as much time to be a DJ and I was studying. And this album got me through my studies. It's all instrumental and it moves fast. It's keyboard, piano, but eclectic, crazy, it's insane, and it kind of speeds you up when you study. So if you're looking for something like that, this might be your speed. Alright, so this is Bon Jovi by Bon Jovi, my favorite band in the entire world, and that's why I picked it. Alright, you might be like, why are you still listening to like a man who's probably in his 70s now? You know, if you've seen this man in the 80s, you would understand. And that is why he's my #1 and all over my walls in my room. But my favorite song on this album is Runaway. This was the first studio album, or I think album in general, that they released back in the 80s, I want to say. And literally a few years later, they blew up and they became one of the most well-known 80s glam rock bands out there, even today. So, love you, Bon Jovi.
You should have seen it in your eyes. What was going around your head? Oh, she's a little runaway.
Okay, so this next one is Crimes with Passion by Pat Benatar. Pat Benatar is an 80s icon. There are quite a lot of women that came out of the 80s glam rock scene, but she's definitely one of my favorites, and my favorite song on here is Hit Me With Your Best Shot. Yeah, it's a great song. I like a lot of songs on here, which is why I picked the album for y'all. This album reminds me of those times where I would run in cross country and I'd get really empowered because, you know, she's a powerful woman, and I think women in rock and all of that representation is very important. Not just then, but also now. I am a hardcore feminist, so I support that.
Come on, women, come on, we don't fight fair. But that's okay, see if I can knock me down, it's all.
Alright, I got Hunky Dory by David Bowie, the late and great superstar. My favorite song on this one is Changes, because it reminds me of my childhood changes, especially that one time I had my first kiss in high school, and I was going out with a jock, and this song played in my dad's car when he picked me up, and so ever since then I associated that song with, like, you know, changes in life, and I think it still applies today in many ways, you know, so that's why I picked it.
It seemed the taste was not so sweet, so I turned myself to face me, but I've never caught a glimpse.
Alright, I'm DJ Indie-cisive. This has been What's in My Bin. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed all of my picks. If you're ever in the station, always say hi to your neighbor, because you'll never know who you're gonna meet, and you might just make the best friends you've ever had. So, like I did.